Welcome. One more session to Ginga Talks. Yesterday we had an amazing opening with Paula sharing some of her favorite Kizomba female dancers. We truly believe that is on the sharing and positive thoughts that our community can grow big and healthy. So we decided to enlighten a little bit of Paula's favorite. Tomorrow I will share my favorite male Kizomba dancers. And today we'll talk about Ginga structure, of course, always under our perspective and our experience. Meanwhile, we have a lot of material prepared to share with you that we truly believe that can help you to understand what Ginga is, what you need to be able to develop to become a better dancer without damaging all the connection with your partner, because we are talking about Kizomba, Semba, and Tarraxinha, couple dances. But we need your support. So please bring at least one more person to this live. You have on Instagram, on Facebook, and YouTube the live happening. The live will be recorded and will be uploaded. But we need your warm presence here. So thank you that are here with us at this moment. And if you can be kind enough to support us also sharing. So if you are on Instagram, you have a small airplane below. And if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you can share by the button that is there. Also, tell us on the comments from where you are listening us. Write down on the comments. We are very curious to know from which parts of the world you are and how much you like Kizomba and how long are you dancing Kizomba and you know Kizomba for. So share there in the comments, share the live with your friends, and also share your love with us. Hola, we have here a Facebook user saying, hola bonitos, hola, although I don't know your name.
Yeah, only Facebook user.
Yes, so just to make here a point, we started yesterday a series of 5 lives that will happen always in our Facebook, Instagram pages, and also our YouTube channel. And it's the main topic and the main subject is Ginga. So Ginga, body movement, proper body movement, in this case, to African dances as Kizomba, Semba, and Tarraxinha. And we have this program prepared because we also are starting to launch a new program that we call Master Your Ginga, Kizomba, Semba, and Tarraxinha, that we'll talk more deeply next Friday. So you have below on the caption, on the description of this live, more information about it. You can go there already. We are preparing everything for you. You want to say something?
I'm sharing with all the people, and you are all very, very welcome. And if you have some questions, don't miss it.
Just to remind you what we need from you, because we know that you are very kind. Share with a friend. Write down where are you from on the comments and since when you are dancing Kizomba. We have here Magda from Mexico since 2014, loving this dance. Perfect. Hello Artemisa, hello Dani, big kiss to all of you. Write down on the comments. We want this to become double communication. Thank you so much. So first of all, we have here like a short definition of what Ginga is, and we define it as the proper movement you do between steps in harmony with the entire body. Okay, I will repeat it. You want to repeat because your voice is more sweet.
Ginga is the proper movement you do between steps in harmony with the entire body.
Cool. Hello, Sasan, Montreal in the house since 2017. Sydney in the house, Dani, Beijing to Australia. Good. So it's quite common that people misunderstand and have this mistake understanding that Ginga, it's all about bunda movement. So bunda, if you don't know what bunda is, it's this back part of your body, your butt, your culito. So bunda is the name that in Angola, in Africa generally, we give as a slang. Also in Brazil and here in Portugal is also used. Hola Irma, besito guapa.
Beso.
So a lot of people think that Ginga is the way that you move your bunda. And it's not wrong, but it's not complete. So Ginga makes part of an entire connection between the entire body. So we split it in 3 parts.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Feet, bunda, and torso. Okay, so the elements that we practice and we work and we organize exercises to daily repeat and to be able to accomplish a good Ginga, we split it in 3 kinds of exercises. for the feet, for bunda, and for torso. Okay? Hello, everybody that are arriving. Lina, big kiss to you. So when we talk about Ginga, we can be, and of course, if we bring to literally to the word, to the Portuguese dictionary, Ginga is not about the proper movement. So when we say that somebody have a good gingado, essa pessoa ginga bem, is that he's moving good, okay? He's moving good. But the word Ginga associated to our community of Kizomba, Semba Tarraxinha is the main topic that we'll talk today. So it's not about the word as a linguistic expression, but as the word associated to something that we need to dance Kizomba, Semba, and Tarraxinha. So that is the first disclaimer. And we were saying that we split it in 3 different parts in terms of exercises to accomplish the harmony that we want in entire body, for the feet, for bunda, and torso. We will give you some guidelines, okay? We have planning here like 30, 40 minutes. It will depend on your participation also and your questions, but we have planning like 30 minutes talk. Kuduro to we need too much. See, Selma, for example.
We need to. Yes, Selma, it's
Indeed.
true. Hello, Selma. Yes, Kuduro. Also, we say, and yesterday I already spoke about that. It's very important for us to do Kuduro, Afro House, because we are going to improve our Kizomba and Semba dance, because we are not Kuduro or Afro House dancers, but we love it. Yes, we try to do it, and we felt since we start doing it that our Kizomba and Semba Ginga improved a lot because of several things: the connection with the floor, the flavor that Afro House and Kuduro have, because they are very energetic, very happy dances, very positive way, and we love it. We advise every time to our students and to everybody that do Kizomba and Semba to not focus only in Kizomba and Semba dance. Try to do Kuduro.
Just let me give you here an analogy that maybe it's easier for you, all of you, to understand. So if you want to mold your body, to shape your body to a different form, you need to spend many days to be able to reach it, okay? If you go one day to the gym, you will not be able to change the form of your body, okay? You need to spend there daily work, and depending on the amount of time that you spend on it or you invest on that, you will get your results faster or slower. But it's something that needs to make part of your daily routines. So to be able to reshape your body, you need to have a long-term commitment. In terms of dance, and when we talk about popular dances, we need to understand also that for us Europeans, the kind of movement that we are used to are not that kind of movements. The way that we grew, the way that we develop our shapes and our walking and our motion, it's completely different from somebody that born and was raised in an African native education. And everything is related, since the kind of music that you listen, since the food that you eat, since the environment that you will be
contagious
by the things that are around you. When you have social family gatherings, for example, if you have a wedding, if you have a bad times, if you have an anniversary of a relative. So it's normal in Africa, and let's talk here about Angola, that the social family gatherings, they play music and they dance, and the young kids, they are exposed to this kind of environment
since the beginning.
You have a long-term projection to all your sensors to be able to understand that. It's not correct to say that only because you're born on the root that you know how to dance properly. This is not correct, but it will be easier because you are exposed to all your senses to be able to understand that. So we as Europeans, and most of you that are listening here to us, that you were exposed and you fell in love by this culture, and you start attending dance lessons, you start going to socials, you start entering more in the community, but it takes time because it's something completely new to your body. So it's up to us instructors to find ways to make that process in a direction in order that you can get there. But the approach will be different. When you are exposed to a natural environment, you are learning without knowing that you are learning, without conscious. When you go to a studio, maybe your movement will be first more technical, more organized, more structured. And when we talk about popular dances and like Kuduro, if you try to break down properly the movement of Kuduro, you will do it, but it will not look like Kuduro.
Yeah.
You need to allow your body to assume your own form. And there are things that you cannot break down because it's a conjugation of a lot of different things that goes including to the head position. But if you study that movement, you are able to understand and do it 100% correct, but it will not look natural. So there are different approaches to the system of learning. If you have a long-term, like since the birth, that things will enter in your body. And after you can learn technique and you already have something natural associated to the technique, and it will be massive. When we Europeans, Americans, people that are not in contact to the roots since the beginning, we will have the approach first with the technique to understand the vocabulary, to understand how we can move. And after, with the time, with the practice, with the experience, without thinking about the movement, about the motion, everything starts getting more in harmony. And that is what we call Ginga. And it's important to say that it's not correct also to say that there is one way of doing it. Because in Ginga is something that will make sense to a specific body. And you associate to some stereotypes, of course, of how it looks a Kizomba dance, because tango will have their own Ginga that is completely different from Semba and from Kizomba. And if you use tango Ginga between commas in Kizomba, it will look like tango. Okay, so each body, depending on our sizes, our heights, our body condition, will be able to be adapted to create their own individual approach to movement that will look African and will look beautiful with Ginga. And even with modern music, with electronic music, with using contratempos and more modern approach to the dance, you can also have Ginga. And this is mainly our style, because since the beginning that we start being creative and bringing new elements to the Kizomba dancing, and we were trying to discover, and as we develop our Afro approach with Afro solo dances, Kuduro, Afro House, Coupé de Calais, Tribal Afro, even Cuban Afro, so all this kind of approach, naturally our body start being shaped in a way that when we create a motion, a movement to Kizomba, our body is already breathing in an African flow. So you can see influences from other dances, but they are adapted. And this is the foundation of fusion. So if you pick up a tango step and you adapt African Ginga, you will start having a Kizomba step with tango influence, okay? Danny is asking here, would you agree that the connection of Portuguese people to African culture hires the chance of having more Portuguese people dancing with the Ginga flavor? It's not a question of that cultural connection. It's the question that we are closer to them daily, okay? Because you have here in Portugal a lot of immigrants from Africa. And naturally, these traits happen because you will have a friend, you will go to a party, and you will see people, native people dancing. So our sensors also, by vision, by touch, by hearing, will be more activated. So maybe because of that, it's influenced because as they were ex-colonies from Portugal, we speak the same language. It's natural that we have more immigrants from there, and we have communities that hang out and get together. So maybe because of that, because we have a lot of Africans in Portugal, so in somehow our cultures will get more together, and we will be more exposed with our sensors to all that things. Okay, easily you can find African food here in Portugal. Okay, ciao to Italia. So I hope I answer your question, Danny. Now let's go to the juice.
Yeah.
About the fit, we will give you some examples of what you need to do with the different parts of your body. So the feet, the bunda, and the torso to be able to improve your Ginga. You want to start?
Yeah. About the feet, how we can improve our Ginga with our feet. First, the connection with the floor. It's an African dance. It's not an European dance. It's African dance. And what characterizes Africa is the connection with the floor and also the plie. Then when we walk, it's like walking very hard, grabbing really the floor, being very connected with the floor. Yeah. Another, yes, you know, yeah, okay. Another thing is having our weight more on our toes, not so much in our heels. We have weight in our wheels. In our heels.
Some people like Ferrari, others like a truck.
Yes, but we defend that our weight need to be more in the front, more in our toes, like we are dancing in couple, and the connection need to be like this and not like this. Yes, if we have our weight in our heels, we are going to push it. It will be like a fight, because both are going to push back outside of the commune center. Yes.
Saludos para Argentina, che. Besito.
Besos.
Vamos para la playa con la zapatilla. Me encanta el acento argentino.
Another thing is also pause between the steps. Yes, we need to step, but pause between the steps. It's like, once more, in Africa, usually it's hot. Usually, okay. And then it's hard to walk. It's that lazy walking that characterize also the African way of walking.
And remember the definition that we gave you at the beginning. So Ginga is the proper movement you do between the steps in harmony with the entire body. So you need to have pause between the steps to be able to have time to move the rest of the body.
Of course, when we manage all these things, all this natural way of walking, grabbing the floor, stopping between the steps, and also having more weight on your toes instead of having more weight on your heels, when you manage this, when you master this way of walking, you can add on some footwork, some styling on the way that you walk. And sometimes it's like, sometimes you can see, imagine two Angolan people dancing with the same connection with the floor, pausing between the steps, but with different flavor. They have the African way of doing, they have the Angolan style of doing, but they put each one of them a spice, yes, a different spice, their special way of doing that thing. It's like everything. It's like when we write, we all have different kinds of writing, yes? We have different kinds of letters. The way that we draw the letters, exactly the same. We can add on some footwork that is something that it's from ours, is specific from each one of us.
Good. So, but every time that you do footwork, it's important to don't forget the connection that we are dancing in couple.
Yes.
So anything that we do of styling, of ornamentation of your dance, it's free, it's perfect, but we need to take in consideration to don't damage the connection with your partner. Besito, Anjuli.
Besitos.
Now, so just do a fast resume. To improve your Ginga, we divided in 3 different spots: feet, bunda, and torso. We already said at the beginning that a lot of people by mistake think that Ginga is about bunda move.
Only.
So we are trying to clarify that it's a part of that.
If you
are listening to this and in somehow you thought that Ginga is associated to bunda move, just write down on the comments, I thought so. Nothing wrong about that. It's just to have an idea how is your knowledge about this. And we are here precisely for that, to clarify.
And to open our minds also.
Because we truly believe that the best way to spread something that we love is with knowledge, is with education and proper information. So instead of just keeping it for us, we are sharing with you, and we just need some reciprocity, that is your participation in this live. So please write down on the comments what are you thinking about this talk, and also bring a friend. Don't be jealous. selfish.
Selfish.
Don't be selfish. Share with a friend, and you have there some hearts. Click the hearts.
I
will be honest.
Hearts.
Facebook and Instagram, they work with algorithmic, and every time you have a live and you have people participating, they will open the possibility of more people to listen this talk. So if you think that we have here good content, please do some participation in order that more people can listen.
And so, some hearts.
Bunda. About Bunda, you have here some topics for you. The movement is backwards between back diagonals. Thank you so much. So instead of just having like figure 8, like in Latin American dances that you have the hip moving more, usually we say don't think about moving the hip, think moving the bunda. So you will have a kind of figure 8, small, but using the back diagonals. Okay, so like that you are able to don't damage also the connection with your partner, because we are close to each other and the movement will be proper. What you will use to move your bunda will be your lower back muscle and your knees. By a question of style, and pay attention, we don't want to talk bad about others, we just want to open the book and open freely with respect about the things. By a question of style, some mainly lady instructors start approaching the body rolls to be able to move the bunda, because it looks like they are moving bigger, but in fact it's a visual I always forget. Illusion. It's a visual illusion. Yeah. Because as you move your chest forward, when you move your bunda back, it seems like the distance is bigger between the 2 points. So in our perspective, there is a torso movement, and we will talk about that in the third point, but we need to isolate our movement in our bunda using the lower back muscle and our knees, that by consequence will use the thighs and will use the floor. So everything comes to the floor to be able to bring to our body. Okay.
We have here just sharings from Bianca. Nice, Bianca, that we are being like our tips are being useful to you. We are happy for that. Ara, besos, kisses. Yes, live COVID, live. And Bianca is from Montreal. Hello, Radost. Ada, beijinhos. Thank you for your kindness. Arula and Ada, they are saying hello to each other. Thank you very much.
We have here also Anjuli saying that Elisa Santos was also telling her, Elisa Sala, that including in the way of breathing while we walk, es toda la energía y chulería que tenemos al bailar. Exactly. So it's everything together, including your breathing while walking will interfere with your Ginga. So natural movement or increased movement can both have Ginga. We made a video where we share the 3 approaches in a side basic. A side basic without Ginga, that everything is stretched and your energy is like bumping. A side movement, a side basic with Ginga, but without bunda extra move. So you will have a natural and bounce of your butt. And the side basic with Ginga and also doing like circle back movements with your bunda. Okay. So Ginga, once again, it's not about moving your butt. It's not about moving your bunda, because you can have a natural movement and having Ginga also. But you can also increase that movement by using your lower back muscle without damaging the connection with your partner, including Paula usually do an exercise while you are doing your butt. You can try to use your hand here on the beginning of the lower chest and try to check if that muscles are moving or not. Because if you are doing like this extension, you are moving too much. And imagine when you are in a couple position, the partner will feel that. And it will be like a massage and hitting each other once after the other. Okay? And I think that's it.
Yeah, about the bunda.
About the torso.
About the torso is like a consequence. It's everything a consequence. You start on your feet, and because you are walking and changing your weight, you are bending and stretching one of the knees each time. And because of that, your bunda is going to move in a natural way. And if you want to increase, you contract your lower back muscle also to have your bunda move in the diagonals like a natural walking, not only back. And because of that, you have upper body movement. But usually we don't speak so much about that because people do a misunderstanding and try to do, starting to do the body rolls. When we walk exactly the same as the bunda, when we walk in a natural way, our bunda is not only going back in the center. Yes, we are not doing back. Exactly the same with our upper body. We are not walking and doing like this. We usually say, I catch this from Pechu. It's not like doing the camel walk. Yeah. Then the idea is exactly the same. Imagine I'm walking with my right foot, I'm bending my right knee. What happened with my left knee is stretching. Then my left bunda is going up. But instead of going with the same upper body, with the same part of my body up, no, I'm going with the opposite. But like everything is more intention of the movement, not about the movement.
The visual movement.
Is not the visual movement, is the intention of the movement. Then imagine walking with the right foot, bending the right knee, stretching the left knee. My left bunda is going up. Now I'm going a little bit with my right boob a little bit forward. Yes? And then I step with my left foot. I bend my left knee. I stretch my right knee. My right bunda is going up. Then I'm going with my left boob forward. But once more, it's like you stretch your knee in a continuous way. Not.
And by pressing the floor.
Yes, is the consequence. The same with our upper body. Yes, I walk with my right, my left boob is going up, and then the other, and then the other. Not the same, the both at the same time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So something that we use as a teaching progression, and doing here like a between commas, in our perspective, this is one of the reasons why, for example, urban keys get so popular in comparison with Kizomba, because the movements, and once again, disclaimer, I'm not here talking bad. I'm just opening the book and with respect talking about the things. In urban keys, although they can have very technical and very complex combinations, most of the things are visual. You can see what is happening there. You can see a line. You can see a direction. And in Kizomba, you don't see most of the things because you have intentions. You don't have visual movements. Doing here a parallelism also with salsa, it's the same with, for you that know salsa LA style and salsa Cuban style. So LA style, it's everything sharp. So it's everything visual. Cuban style, you have a lot of motions that are inside that they don't pass to the outside in a clear way. You don't have sharp lines. Everything will be connected. And once again, it will be mainly the floor that will give you the energy to your body to move. So it's almost like a pulse, an inside pulse. So a tool that we use to teach is to show the visual movement and transform that in intention of movement. Because if you are on the scene for a few times, you don't have connection with a culture. You are approaching the movement for the first time. If we just, like when we start dancing, we ask to some people that we like to watch to dance, how do you do that move? And the answer was, I do like this. So, okay, so I need to watch and I need to try to replicate. But when you enter in a studio situation, we need to give tools to the students to be able to get there. So we arrange this approach of doing the movement in a visual way, like Paula was doing this cross extension. And with the time, you start becoming smaller and everything start making sense, but it's happening inside. So if you do proper Tarraxinha in spot, it seems like you are not moving nothing, but you will start sweating a lot because all your muscles are in constant compression and relaxation by pressing the floor. So the movement comes from the floor and travel your entire body. And the work of your muscles of contracting and relaxing will create heat, of course, and you will sweat because of that.
Yes, also on the tongues. Yes, we as women, we know what is this about the tongues. Yes, it's a private thing for ladies. Yeah. And also here we have Danny asking, Kizomba, you feel urban keys you watch? More or less, we cannot, in our opinion, we cannot be radical. It's always yes, always no. In our point of view, is like everything in life for us. There's always
the black, the white,
yeah,
but you have
the gray,
the gray
also.
and
Yeah,
many other colors.
Yes, that's why I think it's not, in our point of view, it's not good to put that thing. Kizomba, you feel, urban keys you watch. No, because Kizomba you can also watch, and urban keys for sure you will feel. Because if you don't feel, we are not be able to, are going to be able to communicate, because the communication, the leading and following is by feeling. Yes, feeling the leading and giving the leading, then that's why it's not with the words, it's with body movement. Then I don't think that is, in my opinion, is not like that. For sure, Ricardo's opinion
is the same. It's the same. So in both you will feel, in both you will watch. The difference is in urban keys, what you see, it's easier to understand. In Kizomba, what you see, it's like two bodies in connection. And if we are walking in place, it's difficult to understand where to move. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other. It's just a reality, okay? But the thing is, our approach to dance, to Kizomba, mainly with more electronic music, we also use the contratempos, we also use the sharp lines, but with a big difference. We search continuation of the movement instead of being like
sharp lines.
We will have one day that we'll talk about only about these contratempos, how to approach, how to get. You have lessons in our ALC Kizomba and Semba Academy only talking about that, but it's about the beginning of the movement and the ending of the movement. How you attack the beginning of the movement and how you absorb the impact of the ending of the movement, including this Saturday, we taught a lesson in ALC Kizomba and Semba Academy. That was Kizomba partner work, but we made approach also with contratempo, using like modern moves associated to Ginga, Kizomba Ginga, African Ginga. And including while Paula was doing a contratempo, I was doing the leading and I was moving my butt in a circle, and she was approaching the floor with less amount of body weight transfer without the need of stretching both knees at the same time. Because when you stretch everything, it's natural that everything will be more sharp. If you are able to control the amount of body weight that you transfer, where you apply the weight on the floor and on your body, that will give you a different motion. And one is correct and the other is correct.
Yeah, just with the Eusebio. Eusebio, yeah, it's a good thinking. Is if you have boobs in your mind, it's okay.
I have in my mind all the time. That's okay. I love boobs.
Now, Danny, you know, Danny, she's saying in Instagram, here in Sydney, urban keys is successful, but Kizomba not really. So when you go social dancing, it's a bit hard because leaders expect you to do choreo moves other than connecting and leading naturally. This is a natural process, okay? Things are going to happen, and they are going to work if we do that things. Imagine if I dance with urban keys dancer in a social, I will just answer to him, to his leading without words. Yes, because that's why it's social dance. Don't make sense for me if I'm speaking during my dance. It's a communication that we have with body movement. Then what you can do, just enjoy your dance and just do what you feel on the leading.
And
yes,
here you need to keep in your brain this sentence that we share as much as we can. Advanced dancers are the ones that faster adapt to the person that they are dancing with. Advanced dancers are the ones that faster adapt to the person that they are dancing with. So if you are not a huge fan of urban keys, but you want to have fun and go to social, and most of the dancers are dancing urban keys, it's your task, because you cannot change others, but you can change your own perspective.
Yes.
It's your task to be able to answer to what they are asking, but in your personal, spicy way, in flavor. Okay, so it's up to you to develop your skills by doing lessons, training, and doing approach of how you can answer. And here it's not only about the leaders or only about the followers, it's about both. So I dance with girls that they prefer to do urban keys moves, but I will not do that because it's not my essence. But I will try to adapt in a way that I will be able to deliver the best moment I can in that moment with that person, as I expect the other to do so. So Paula is the same. When she dances with me, she have an approach. When she dances with Moon, with Curtis, with Anna, that are like really directed to urban keys, they are able to communicate because they also adapt to Paula move. So it's a game, it's a trade. What happens if the guy or the girl are not able to do so? Let's focus on what we control. And enjoy as much as we can without doing a bad face, and delivering and trying, because this game of social dancing and improvisation, it's a constant challenge. And for someone that never saw that, they think that the people that are on social, they are doing choreographies, but we are talking. So if we want to develop more, we need to improve our vocabulary and our technique of speech articulation, like our English. Our English is limited in terms of vocabulary. It's increasing by every time that we do a live in English, we are developing and we are training. And every time that someone corrects us, we assume that. And when we don't know a way of expressing something, we go around and arrange other words that are inside of our vocabulary. So something that you can do, Danny, is to improve your individual technique, because it's a game of three pillars when you dance socially. You, your partner, and the couple. And you cannot interfere on your partner technique. So you can do something for your individual technique and your couple and the couple technique, because you have a role on that. The other person is the same. So we cannot damage, we cannot force the other person to do something. So we can adapt to make it happen in the best way we can.
Yeah, and even about your sad face about the thing that Urban Keys is more famous than Kizomba. Don't be like that. It's like we are doing, when you love what you do, when you believe in what you do, you are going to share the good things, and you are going even more. You are going to develop things that will make people fall in love to what you do. And that's why what we are doing, instead of saying bad things of Urban Keys, instead of sharing bad things about Urban Keys, we are sharing with you what we love, what we believe, and this is going to make the difference. Like Cuban style was not so famous, but now, and the mambo style was it was very famous, yes, because it's more fashion, and Urban Keys in nowadays is more fashion, yeah. But now the mambo dancers are going to they are picking up already the flavor of the Cuban dance, yes, about the rumba moves, and then they are going to do a mix, and it's amazing, it's beautiful. We just need to accept when new things appear, to accept and respect, but we need, instead of keeping, oh, I'm traditional, oh, this is the Kizomba, this is the real stuff, this is the real Kizomba. No, I'm going to share the good things, what made me fall in love about Kizomba, and maybe I will adapt and I will put new things in the Kizomba moves, but without losing the roots. Yes, and that's what we do.
Pechu is the in our community, international community, it's the representation of Angolan culture. But if you look to Pet dancing today, 2021, and you look to Pet dancing 20 years ago, it's different.
Yeah.
He was influenced by the reality and by the natural evolution without losing his essence. And this is something that we try to do because we were blessed of having his hand in our beginning of path. Okay, so this, I think it's the best advice that we can give to all of you that are listening. Share the things that you are passionate. Share the people, share the work of the people that you believe, that you connect, without the need of talking shit about others. Like yesterday, Paula. She shared the ones that, the Kizomba female dancers that she liked the movement and somehow inspire her. I will do the same tomorrow. And maybe for some of you, you will get some surprises of the people that I will tell, because they are, some of them, very different from the way that I dance. But I respect what they do and they inspire me because of that. Okay, so don't miss tomorrow at 3:15.
Yeah,
good.
And here we have some sharings about here, Facebook user that we don't know who you are.
Yeah.
That is saying, or she's saying, I love this statement and completely agree with that. The advanced dancers are the ones who are able to adapt his dance to the level of the partner you are dancing with. It is great. Thank you. Thank you for spreading this consciousness. Thank you.
Obrigado. É de Lisboa. Quem
é de Lisboa.
Mas não aparece.
No. And Eusebio, we have here my interpretation in Kizomba. You never lose the contact with the ground, always with the intention of stepping on the floor. Movement begins on the foot and is absorbed into the hip, keeping the upper body stable.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And of course, there will be people that will have more bounce on the upper body. Other people will be more straight. Yeah. And the same person will have Selma. Beijinho, Selma.
Beijinho.
And some people, the same person will have different approach depending on the music that they are listening to, because we have this game of couple, environment, and music. So the place that you are, with the person that you are, with the music that you are listening, will be a moment that will not be repeated again. Okay? Just to close this session, we will give you some topics of things that we consider that interfere with your Ginga, positively or to make it more difficult. Body weight transfer is one of them.
Yeah. How you transfer the weight, pressing the floor, connection with the floor, amount of body weight transfer.
How you move your hip also. Avoid figure 8 with your hip. Use backwards movement, figure 8 with your bunda.
Sorry, I was reading, yes, stable, not static. Of course, Eusebio, because we have some upper body move as we were doing.
Bunda, relax.
Bunda relaxed instead of contracting the buttocks. Don't do the mad bunda, please. Contracting. Relax is the lower back.
That is a good technique for other kind of exercise, okay? Not to dance Kizomba, in our perspective, of course.
Of course.
Continuation of movement instead of sharp lines. When doing sharp hip movement, avoid to pass that energy to the rest of the body. So this come in the conversation. If you have body isolation, you are doing, for example, quadradinha or a back movement like sharping because the music asked that in that moment, you will not do like you are having an electric shock, like in the style that we like, okay? Including when we do contratempo with sharp moves, there is an approach of absorbing the impact when you land at the end of the movement. So like this, there will be always a continuation instead of tick, 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 tick.
As have a continuation, have also a body isolation. Kizomba is about contradictions all the time. It's like, it's amazing. That's why it's not easy, but it's so beautiful. Yes, we need to have continuation, but also we need to have body isolation. As we already explained, you can move, you can walk, but we cannot disturb the communication because we are in a hug position. We need leaders, need to lead, and followers need to receive the information. Then if we are in contact and we are moving, it's like noisy, okay? And we cannot be noisy. We need to listen very.
So for that, in couple position, your individual movement cannot disturb the couple communication, okay? Angry
bunda. Mad bunda.
Yeah. So this is what we have prepared for you for today. I hope it was educational, enlightening. Share with us on the comments with some hearts and with some emojis with hearts also on your eyes. So the number, yeah, but Rams, don't worry, it will be uploaded now in a minute, and you can watch the replay. Okay. I hope you like it. Share with a friend that will be here. And tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. Portugal time, I will share my favorite Kizomba male dancers in the community.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so don't miss it. And tomorrow will be the live number 3 of 5, because Thursday will be back and Friday also. We are launching a new program, that we call Master Your Ginga, Kizomba Semba Tarraxinha. The information is already available. If you go to the description of these lives, you have there a link. Go there, listen to our video, to what we are presenting to you. We are so proud of this program. Friday, we will present you a sneak peek of that program. It's a 30-day program, and I think there is nothing on the market like this, okay? And we truly believe that this will be a life-changing in your dancing, if you follow the program, of course. Good? That's it for today. Big thank you.
This. Facebook needs the angry bunda emoji.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, Bianca sharing big takeaway from figure eight from the bunda, not the hip. Is completely different from the Latin dances. Yeah.
Beijinho, Ada, muitas saudades. Thank you for giving your time to us during this 40 minutes or something, almost 50.
1 a.m. in Sydney. Have a great day. Thank you. Have a great night.
Yes, sleep well. And see you tomorrow, 3:15. Muito obrigado. Beijinho, beijinho,
Thank you.
beijinho.
Bye-bye.